Hi, welcome to the Untitled Astrology Full Moon Forecast for November 30th, 2020, a lunar eclipse. The energy is increasing. We're in eclipse season. How are you feeling? On November 29th at 11:32 p.m. in the evening until 3:53 a.m. on November 30th Pacific time, full moon will pass behind the shadow of the earth and then begin to wane again. The peak of the eclipse should happen about 1:30 a.m. Pacific time. Anxious, impatient, excited, on the brink of something new. Eclipses are often end points. Chapters end so new ones can begin. And they are sometimes even life-altering in their influence. They can completely change the whole situation. This lunar eclipse is in one of the most favorable lunar mansions for the moon. Actually, it's called the favorite mansion of the moon, or the nakshatra, the area of the sky in Vedic astrology called Rohini. Rohini nakshatra. Rohini is symbolized by the red eye of Taurus the bull. So it's in the sidereal sign of Taurus, which is a sensual, creative energy. In fact, Rohini is said to have the Shakti, the Rohana Shakti, the Shakti of growth, creative energy, the kind of thing that the moon exudes. It's believed that the moon holds the ojas, the juice of life. So moon's position in Rohini is exalted. It's very powerful. So this makes this full moon pretty supercharged. There's a lot of creative energy and passion. And since Taurus is ruled by Venus, the goddess of love, it can be coming out through relationships, it could be, or artistic endeavors, or financial matters. Venus is actually opposing Uranus, the outer planet Uranus, actually right very close to exact on this eclipse. So Uranus does tend to also exaggerate the energy of Venus even more. She's also in the sidereal sign of Libra, where she's very strong. So there's a lot of maybe instability or maybe reawakening of passion in relationship coming through on this lunar eclipse, or relationship to your creativity as well. Now, this isn't a total lunar eclipse. It's a penumbral, meaning that it doesn't totally cover, the shadow of the earth doesn't totally cover the moon, even at totality, but it will be about 85% covering, or 83%, something like that. So that's quite a bit. It's almost total. Though it may be really tempting, it's better not, however, to go out and observe this lunar eclipse, at least not for an extended amount of time. It's not considered to be auspicious to stare into the shadow of an eclipse. You know, the light of the full moon, especially in Rohini, has a lot of benefit. There's a lot of growth energy, as I was saying, and desire and passion and creativity and potential. It's the star of ascent. It's growing outward. But the shadow has a nature that's destabilizing. It's pushing for change, growth for no matter what, I guess. So you don't really, in Vedic astrology, we don't encourage people to expose themselves to this shadow light. It's a little bit too much. However, it is a really good time to go into the home and taking time for meditation or mantra, if you do mantra, japa, singing bhajan, saying prayers. Avoid eating and don't cook. And it's always best, if you were exposed to the eclipse, to take a shower afterwards. You know, use the time to go inward. It's a powerful time. And in fact, they say during these kinds of eclipses that prayers are magnified. But remember, eclipses are a volatile energy. They bring surprises, and they're often endings and beginnings. So if you are in a relationship that's maybe very stagnant or ready to end, this may be the time period that things naturally do come to an end. This full moon is also celebrated in India as the Kartika Purnima, the day that Lord Shiva destroyed with one single arrow the 3 cities of Tripura, an ancient celestial group of cities that floated in the air, that were inhabited by demons that controlled the world, tyrannized the world, basically, and all of nature. And Lord Shiva was the one that in one single arrow, one missile that he shot off, was able to destroy all 3 worlds. And by doing so, killing the demons there and freeing us. As I was saying, the long-term effects of these eclipses could really spark important shifts and help stagnant emotions or channels of energy flow again. So that's the power, the positive power of this lunar eclipse can really get our juices flowing. Literally, this Rohini is the juice of life. So if there's anything that feels like it's been pent up or blocked up, this is a time. The whole eclipse season is a time for coming back to what you love, coming back to your vitality. And with that Uranus aspect on Venus, a lot of that might have to do with opening new realms of freedom. That being said, the Jupiter and Saturn conjunction continues. The great conjunction that I've been talking about basically all through 2020 is perfecting soon. Within a month, on the solstice, we're going to have the total conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. Now, Jupiter's expansive energy and Saturn's restrictive energy, it actually may feel, well, literally what we're seeing is probably expanding restrictions, right? Especially coming into December. But at the same time, Jupiter and Saturn coming together offer opportunities for reconstruction, especially on the government level. As Jupiter and Saturn start to move apart through January and February, I think we're going to see a lot of resolution, a lot of improvement of situations. So hold tight and try to connect with your heart right now. This is what this lunar eclipse, full moon lunar eclipse, is about. And stay open to inspiration, right? From what feels good, what feels right. Start reconnecting with a hobby, playing music or painting or dancing, anything that helps you reconnect to your soul. So let's just take a look at what the tarot cards have to say about the lunar eclipse coming up. So the first card that came through is the Hermit. You see that Jupiter-Saturn energy pretty powerfully. The hermitage. The alone time. And the guidance that comes from within. The light that shines from within. You know, lunar eclipses always happen on full moons. So there's something about how the full moon naturally wants to be more extroverted and connect with the world, right? And especially Rohini full moon. But this eclipse is contracting it naturally back in a way. There's work to do now on an inner level. And the Seven of Wands, the fire. There's always something a little bit too much going on around eclipse season. Something spills over, something reaches a breaking point. Something can't be maintained anymore, something burns us out or pushes us a little bit farther than we wanted. These kinds of things happen. So I feel like this card has saying something about that, like, especially on a creative level or a relationship level, trying, pushing, and being brave, going beyond the comfort zone. It's how we grow, or how we just have to push through change at times as well. And very auspicious, the Ace. New seed, new chapter. And, this is a financial card. The coins, the earth, the material. And this Saturn-Jupiter conjunction, I've been saying is kind of a reset. There's a restructuring happening. It's a winter kind of energy as well as this is kind of a winter feeling. Everything at the solstice is going to reset. A new beginning, a new seed planted. So trust in that. Trust in something new coming forward. Let's take a look and see. Turn within and look. Listen for the light that calls you. That light is never eclipsed. It's infinite and knows only how to tell the truth. While things may seem to be pushing you over the brink, or there seems to be just so much effort or so much desire pulling you over the edge, trust that you know what you need to know, just as every seed knows when to sprout. A new beginning is around the corner. Okay. Thank you for coming to the Untitled Astrology Full Moon Lunar Eclipse Forecast. I do offer one-on-one readings online by Zoom. You can book a reading with me on my website. I will leave a link in the description window. And be sure to get on my newsletter. It's free. And subscribe to my YouTube video channel too. And I will see you soon on the next new moon coming up. That will be an eclipse, and also very close to the solstice. We're getting into this deep time now. So have a safe and wonderful holiday season. See you soon.